Yeah, and was that the same with the fighting game stuck video? Because I don't think is that been taken down as well? But not for the same reasons.
No, that one was taken down. That video was put up near the beginning of my channel infancy. I think it was like March 2008, something like that. And that was kind of to appease the whole make a video of you being angry and stuff. It's like, okay, well, how can I go over just games? Like, I hate this entire genre. I guess I could talk about that. And at the time, it was made for my subscribers. So they understood my humor. And there's this part in the video where I just mentioned a joke completely tangential to the rest of it about the fact that you had to download an update to a trial version of a game, which didn't make any sense to me because it's a trial version. What could possibly be updating? Yeah. And then everyone who's watching the video is like people who go to Evo or something like that. They're like, why is this guy reviewing a trial? And it's like, I wasn't reviewing a trial. and they're just getting the wrong idea and stuff like that. Yeah. And that goes more back towards the whole, I want people to go to my channel, click any video, and have a positive experience. And I felt that video didn't really represent what my channel is about these days. Yeah. And I felt like a large majority of the traffic I was getting was people just watching that video and then going on my channel saying, like, burn in a fire, you fag. So I wanted to get to the root of the problem. And that video is actually privated. Like the other ones, like BioShock review and stuff like that, I just deleted them outright, but they're still on my hard drive somewhere. The Fighting Game Suck one's privated, so I could just make it public again. Yeah. But you don't want the... No. As you said, you said that a few times with the... So you want people to go on your channel and then sort of see straight away what the videos are. Does that mean that would you say that you put more effort into your videos than perhaps people do when they sort of throw videos up every day and stuff like that? Is it for you, is it sort of a big deal to put a video up? Just to put one up at all? Yeah, well, as in... With the fact that you want to make sure that everything on your channel is sort of specific to the direction your channel is going in, and you want it to represent everything about your channel, does that mean that you take sort of a lot of time editing it and stuff like that? Oh, yeah. I mean, making one video today takes upwards of 10 hours of editing and collecting footage, writing scripts, doing the script and all that stuff. Yeah. Which is very time consuming. That's a whole work day and a half, depending on what job you have. But yeah. And how do you feel sort of you manage your time with the... Do you ever feel sort of that it's taking too long and you wish you could just sort of skip over it and anything like that? Yes, in the way that I don't make many videos anymore. They take a very long time, and I've had a few occasions of me putting a lot of effort into a video and then realizing halfway through, like, this sucks, and not wanting to put it up. So, that's like 5 hours of wasted time. Yeah. But I feel like they figure out pretty quickly if it's a real video or not. Like, there's some, like, I have playlists, that hopefully people can figure out the difference between, like, when you see a video that has, like, the intro with the written and edited by Artie Augustin and all that stuff. Yeah. And then there's music and you're like, oh, this is like a real video. Yeah. But when you see, like, my face, then I don't know, like I'm talking about Red Faction Armageddon. That's something that's cooked up in like an hour, real quick. Yeah. So when the obviously you go to your channel, you've got a few different features. I guess it would be a mainly review channel, but you do have a few different features. One, I guess this is linked into your change in review style between the Force Unleashed and the Prince of Persia review, and that's the Games I Like series. Was that something you did to sort of amplify that change between just hating on videos and actually getting your true opinion across? Yeah, that series with air quotes around it doesn't really exist anymore. At the time, I was making it because I think at the end of the very first one, which was like Dead Rising or something. Like at the end, I say, like, is everyone happy now? I fucking like the game. Get over it. Because people were messaging me. I forget what video it is. I commented on one of it, but someone asked me, like, do you like any video games? And I didn't want that to be the perception of, like, this is a guy who reviews video games and he hates all of them. So I wanted to start pointing out ones that I actually like, just so to get rid of that perception. But I realized it was just kind of dumb to just say, like, games I like, like, if it's just a regular review, and usually it was about like an old game. Yeah. So it didn't really have an identity to it. So that series it's kind of disappeared. Like there's only 2 of them that have the abbreviation GIL in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you've had things like the you also done the Condemned Let's Play. I think I guess you'll call it you had a Mega Man series and you had a Like a Pro series, which I believe is a co-op Let's Play. Is a Let's Play something that you want to keep on bringing to your channel?
I like Let's Plays because they're easy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know lots of people don't like Let's Play because they're basically unedited, they're unscripted, and they're very time consuming to watch.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Like a Pro series, I actually wanted to be a series of me just playing co-op with various people.
Yeah.
Obviously, in that video, that's with the Chaos series. There's only one edition right now.
Yeah.
That's with my friend who goes by Tanuki. He's on my podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That one turned out pretty good. I just felt like recording that just because I knew there was going to be something funny there. Because the way I play video games is stupid, is how I explain it.
What exactly do you mean by that?
In my life, in real life, I'm a very cautious person.
Yeah.
And I think my psyche tries to go the opposite of that when there are no consequences.
Yeah.
So in this game, like, it's a stealth game, but I'm like running around shooting people in the face, jumping up and down in front of them and stuff like that. Because I'm just trying to have fun with it. And it's not how, like, Tanuki is the complete opposite. Like, he only does the strategy that works. He tries to be most proficient and like the best rating on every mission and stuff like that. So having both of us play together, I thought was just a great idea. But he doesn't play games as much anymore. He actually ended up moving to Australia and stuff like that. So
okay. So is that something you'd when you're looking to do maybe continue the Like a Pro series? Would you try and get someone with a particular play style to sort of complement your play style as well?
Well, I think pretty much anyone who plays a game with me, it's going to be complimented somehow. Because not to like toot my own horn, but I think just watching me play games is ridiculous in kind of a funny way.
Yeah.
So it could be anyone, but just having like a back and forth with someone and like a banter, which I do a lot, it's helpful. So.
And what about the solo Let's Plays? Is that something you're going to do as well?
Yeah, right now I'm putting the Let's Plays on my other channel, which is called Artie Blog, because I asked people in one of my recent videos on my update of what I was doing over the summer. I was asking people, like, do you guys like the Let's Plays? Because they don't have many views and even fewer comments. And some people were saying, like, I like them, but put them on a different channel. So I put them on a different channel.
Okay.
But, yeah, I definitely want to continue those just because primarily the reason why I had the Condemned 2 one in the first place was because it was a game I wanted to finish, but I never felt like playing it. So instead, I kind of made fun out of it.
Yeah.
I ended up never finishing that game because it sucks. But so now I'm doing one for Two Worlds 2, which is another game I kind of want to play through.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say the first few hours suck, which, that seems about accurate so far. Trying to make it further into it. And since I have a commitment of saying, like, I'm going to try to play through it as far as I can, and I'm trying to, if I think in my head this is going to be for someone else, like someone who's watching this for their entertainment, then it kind of gives me more incentive than just like grind through this as much as you can before you kill yourself. Yeah.
And you said that you put in your Let's Plays up on the Artie Blog channel, which is your second channel, and the link to that will be in the description as well. Why did you create that channel? Was it just to sort of give people who watch your main channel a more personal look about what's going on and a bit of a more raw style?
It was a bit more because I think the original reason why it started was because I wanted to start a podcast and everything where I just kind of talk about issues without having to make a huge video about it.
Yeah.
Just kind of off the cuff and stuff like that. So I wanted to do that where it's just me filming my face, but I didn't want to, like I've repeated before, I want people to go to the channel and see what it's about immediately. So I don't want someone to click on a video of just me talking to a camera because that's not really what it's about. So I made a different one called Artie Blog, and that's pretty much what it is. I never thought to make it like a more personal look on stuff. That might be what it's ended up becoming. No, I haven't really done a rewatch all those videos and see the direction they went in.
Yeah.
But it's just more a secondary channel to post like there was a time where I liked making videos all the time. And you can see it on that channel because there's like a new video like every week or something like that. And there's probably as many videos on there as there are on my actual channel.
Yeah.
So if there were more videos of just my face than like produced ones, I think the produced ones would get lost in all the videos. So that's why I made two different channels.
Okay. And you mentioned the podcast there. You obviously have I think it's the Rufflecast, which is your current podcast, and you started off a different podcast, which is on TalkXbox. Do you want to just start about the relationship you had with TalkXbox and how that came about in the first place?
TalkXbox is an Xbox-centric gaming website that I got invited to write to, I guess. I used to be a big part of the GameSpot community with the Jeff Gertzman crowd and all those people. I liked watching all their stuff and listening to their podcasts. So that's where I was contributing at the time. Yeah. So I think on my GameSpot channel right now, I have like 30-something written reviews. They're all terrible. I wouldn't suggest anyone read them. But I had consistent updates. So I guess the administrator for TalkXbox, which is this guy named Rishi, he would kind of check on the community reviews and just kind of look for people who updated constantly. So he found me and he asked me, would you be interested in freelancing? You might not get paid that much, but we have connections. You might get free games. You might get sent out to events and stuff like that. Yeah, and that sounded awesome. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll try that out. And the first review I think I posted there was one for this game called Stranglehold. Yeah. And it started from there. I started as just one freelancer of many, and then eventually those people kind of dropped like flies. Yeah. And eventually it was just me and like 3 other people, and then Rishi. So since I had been around for the longest and I had like the most interest in being a part of this whole industry and everything like that, I ended up getting a lot more responsibilities about like putting things on the front page instead of just writing stuff. And I mentioned the idea of doing a podcast, and he said, well, it's not going to cost me anything to put one up, so sure, go for it. And then the idea spawned actually because I used to listen to a lot of podcasts. And I wanted to try doing my own because everyone wants to do their own. And I started out just doing it with a friend of mine from another podcast that we listened to. And he eventually fell through, and then I got into touch with this guy named Tom Bowen, which people probably know. And I guess he originally had his own podcast. At this, he used to visit game trailers a lot, and it was called like Game Trailers something radio or Forum Radio, GTFR. And then I guess that was defunct, and since I asked him to do it, he's like, actually, I used to have my own, and I guess that brought back some good memories for him, so he agreed to do it, and it kind of grew from there. I think I drew away from what you originally asked, though, so feel free to put me back on track.
And then, so you were sort of developing the TalkXbox, and you mentioned you might not get paid, but you got to go to events, and I know something you got to do is go to the E3 conference. Was that 2009?
No, that was 2010, so that was a year before just now. Yeah. So I got to see like XCOM, Deus Ex, and all those games and stuff like that. Okay. So that was just through the connections at TalkXbox? And that was, I probably could have gone. Well, I had the ability to go to the one the year before, 2009. But I'm pretty young. I'm 19 right now, and there's a age limit of that you have to be 18 in order to go at all. Okay. Yeah. And that was even going to the one last year, I was constantly like, I hope these people don't ask how old I am, because I'm going to tell them 18, and then they're going to stop talking to me. But yeah, I mean, I got to go to that through TalkXbox. They basically need someone who can go every year, although that website isn't looking too great these days. So, but I got to go through that. It was a cool experience, and pretty much the only reason I really got to go was because my family ended up moving to Los Angeles, California. So that was the only reason why, because I couldn't afford a hotel or anything like that. But since I lived in the area, it's no problem.